Hello, dear students. Good morning to all of you. Uh, Myself, Dr. Samadhan Murkade, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department, BPK BIT Baramati. In this video lectures, I am going to discuss the unit number 4 of engineering mechanics. Okay, or unit 4 is name of one unit is the analysis of structures. Okay, so there are three structures has been given. That three structure consist of first is analysis of truss, then analysis of cables, and analysis of frames. Okay, so analysis means it is a slightly new term. Means analysis means what we have to do. Means structure is given to us. That structures either it is a cable, truss, or frames, and some loading is acting on that structure, and due to that loading, the internal forces are developed in the structures, and that internal forces we have to determine. Means determination of that internal forces is called as nothing but that process is called as analysis. Okay, so step by step we are going to discuss truss, cable, and frames. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we are going to discuss some theoretical background. What is meant by truss? Okay, see, a truss is a structure that is made up of straight slender bar that are joined together at their ends by frictionless pins to form a pattern of triangle. The load act only at joints and not on the members. Thus, every member of the truss is identified as a two-post members. Okay, so truss means that it is nothing but made up of different various slender members connected together, and load is acting at the joints only, not within the member. That is a very important point you have to remember. Okay, then applications. Now, where these trusses are used? Trusses are usually designed to transmit forces over relatively long span. Common examples of trusses are bridge truss, roof trusses, transmission tower, etc. Okay, in industrial buildings, in workshop shed, in railway platform, you will also find some types of truss geometries. Okay, so it is a steel truss is made from steel members of various n number of members. They are connected together to form geometry. Okay, it is very economical when span is large. Okay, so these are some figures. This is the transmission tower, which is made of truss. Then this is a truss type bridge. This is the Eiffel Tower, which is entirely made of a steel member. It is a truss tower. Okay. Then this is the industrial building. This is the roof. Okay. In examinations, we have to solve the problem like this. Truss geometry is given to us, loading is given, and we have to find out the member in the truss members. Okay. So this is about the truss, and these are some common figures. Okay, just you kept watch this. At this stage you will not require that types of trusses. You will be required for BA, for civil engineering students. It will be required for a higher classes when you are going to study the design of steel structures. Okay, so here you just see the observe this geometry: king post truss, scissor truss, Pratt truss, Hove truss, sawtooth truss, pin truss, Warren truss, Pratt truss, Yen truss, Hove bridge truss. Okay, these are the common geometries. Okay, we will not require, just observe that. Okay, now coming to types of trusses. Basically, there are two types: perfect truss, imperfect truss, and imperfect again classified as a deficient truss and redundant truss. Okay, so perfect truss. What do you mean by perfect truss? A pin jointed truss which has got sufficient number of members to resist the load without undergoing any deformation in shape is called a perfect truss. A triangular frame is an excellent example of perfect truss and has three joints and three members. It may be observed that to increase one joint in a perfect truss, two more members are required. Hence, the following expressions will be written down as the relationship between the number of members, number of joints, and number of support reactions components are. Okay. This equation is very important. You just remember the definition of perfect truss. Now this equation M is equal to 2J minus R, where M is the number of members, J is the number of joints, and R is the number of equilibrium reactions. Okay, see this in this truss. How many members? One member, two member, three members. How many joints? One joint, two joint, third joints. Okay, so here M is equal to 3, joints J is equal to 3, and reactions, it is a plane structure, means 2D trusses are there, therefore number of unknown reactions are 3. Vertical reactions, horizontal reaction, at hinge support there are 2 reactions, and at the roller there are 1 reaction, so total reactions are 3. So m is equal to 2j minus r, that is 3 is equal to 2 into 3 minus 3, that is 3 is equal to 3. Since this equation is satisfied, the given truss is a perfect truss. Okay, this is another example. Here there are again four how many members? 2 and 3, 5 members, 4 joints. Equations are 3 because we are entirely dealing with the 2-dimensional trusses, 2D problems, okay, not 3D. Okay, so m is equal to 2j minus r, so it becomes again 5 is equal to 5. So this is also the example of perfect truss. This is another example. See, observe here, members are 7 in these figures, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Joints, 1 joint, second, third, fourth and fifth, 5 joints, so becomes 7 is equal to 7. This is another example. In this again 9 members, 6 joints, reactions 3, so 9 is equal to 2 into 6 minus 3, so 9 is equal to 9. These are the examples of perfect truss. Okay, in examinations you have to write down the definitions and you have to give the examples of any one such geometry. So this is about the perfect truss. Now we are going to discuss the what is meant by imperfect truss. A truss which does not satisfy the relation m is equal to 2j minus r is called as an imperfect truss. Okay, and imperfect truss again is there are 2 types, that is deficient truss and redundant truss. Now see what is meant by deficient truss. A truss which satisfy the relation m is less than 2j minus r, means number of members are less, m is less 2j minus r is called as a deficient truss. It is unstable truss and may collapse under the external forces. See, observe here, m is less means number of members are less than this equation. So since number of members are less, which is going to be this truss is going to fail due to the external loading because members are less. Okay, so see the example. This is the geometry. In this there are 8 members, 6 joints, reaction 3. So m is equal to 2j minus r, m's are 8, so 8 is less than 9. So this is the imperfect deficient truss. Okay, now on the other side, reverse of this, when m is more than 2j minus r, that is called as the redundant truss, imperfect redundant truss. A truss which satisfies the relation m more than 2j minus r is called as redundant truss. It is over rigid. Now see, number of members are more. More means what is happening? The weight of the structure, weight of the truss is going to be increased. Okay, so it is an over rigid truss. It cannot be completely analyzed by a static equilibrium condition. Therefore, it is an indeterminate structure. Okay, so just you remember what is meant by redundant truss and how it is going to be classified. Because indeterminate structure we are not going to analyze at this point. That is the part of your higher study, higher class. Okay, so see this there are how many members? 10 members, 6 joints. Joints are 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Remember, this is not the joint. These 2 members are placed one behind the other. Okay, so it is not a joint. Remember, so it is 10 is more than 9, so it is a redundant truss. This is about the classification of truss. Okay, now there are some important assumptions. Okay, before we are analyzing the truss, means before we are calculating the member forces, we have to make certain assumptions, and that assumptions are very important from your examination point of view, because most of the time there is a 4 to 5 marks direct question on either classification of truss or assumptions of the truss. Okay, so now discuss the assumptions. All the members of the truss are straight and connected to each other at their ends by frictionless pins. All the members of the truss are straight. All members are straight and they are connected together at their end by pins. Okay, so no fixed joint is there. Okay, remember. Next is all loading on the truss are only at pin. It's loading acting only on the joint. Okay, no on the not at the member. Okay, then all the members are assumed to be weightless. Self weight of the member is neglected. Only external force we have to consider when we are going to analyze. Okay, self-weight of the member is neglected. Then number 4, all the members of the truss and external forces acting at pin lies in the same planes. This is important. And then last, static equilibrium condition is applicable for analysis of perfect truss. Static equilibrium already we have discussed in unit number 3. It is summation fx, summation fy, and summation moment. Okay, so these are the 5 assumptions you have to keep in mind. Now classification of truss is over, assumptions is over. Now we are going to discuss the concept of two-force member. Two-force member concept. The previous assumption that all the members of the truss are straight, connected to each other at their ends by frictionless pins, and no external force is acting in between their joint. So identifies each truss member as a two-force member, which may be in either tension or compression. Okay, see what is meant by two-force member. This is the member, for example. So it is either subjected to a tension or a compression. That is called as a two-force member. Now there are we are going to discuss the what are the different methods available to analyze the truss. Okay, so basically there are three types, three methods. First is the method of joint, second is the method of section, third is the graphical method. Okay, so in our syllabus we have only method of joints and method of sections. Graphical is not in our syllabus. Okay, it is also not possible in the examination to solve the problem in the graphical method. There is some approximations in there. Okay, so method of joints and method of sections we have to study at this point of time. Okay, now see the procedure for method of joints. For simply supported truss, consider FBD, that is free body diagram of entire truss. Applying condition of equilibrium, that is summation fx0, fy0 and moment 0. Find the support reactions. We have to, in first step we have to draw the entire FBD of the truss, and we have to use the equilibrium condition, and we have to find the support reactions. In second steps, consider the FBD of joint from the truss at which not more than 2 members with unknown forces exist. This is important. After calculating the support reactions, we have to select the joint. Okay, now there are many joints in the truss. Okay, now the question is that which joint should we select first. So we have to select such a joint at that joint maximum unknown members should not be more than 2. Okay, if there are three unknown members at a joint, we are not able to select that joint. Okay, so that minimum unknown member should not be more than 2. Okay, we are going to discuss this problem when we are going to solve the numerical. Okay, now number 3, assume the member to be in tension or in compression by simple inspection and applying condition of equilibrium. Okay, we have to make some assumptions. Okay, initially we have to assume, because initially we don't know whether that member is either in tension or in compression. So we are assuming that whether that member is either in tension or compression, and finally we have to check our answer is correct or wrong. Okay, and you have to use this summation fx and fy to find the answers, because only there are either horizontal force or vertical force, no movement is there. Okay, now number 4, the assumed sense can be verified from the obtained numerical results. A positive answer indicates that sense is correct, whereas negative answer indicates that sense shown on the FBD must be changed. Okay, if that our we have assumed tension and it becomes a negative the compression, then in that case we have to change the sign. Okay, this will be we are going to discussing more clear when we are going to solve the numerical. Okay, then select the new, after the following the joint, they select the new FBD of the joints with not more than 2 unknowns in a member, and repeat the point number 3, 4 and 5 for the complete analysis. Okay, so this is about the method of joint. Method of section we are going to discuss later. Okay, so now basic theoretical background we have discussed. Basic theoretical background means we have discussed the definition of truss, we have discussed the classification of truss, we have discussed the assumptions and various methods, available methods for analysis, and we have discussed the steps of analysis for method of joints. Okay, now we are going to solve the numericals. Okay, now see the numerical. In this numerical, things will be more clear. Okay, so now analyze the truss as shown in figure below. Analyze means I have already told you. Okay, what is mean by analysis? It means we have to, geometry is given to us. This is called as a structure or truss geometry, and these are the external forces, these are the members, and due to that external forces, whatever member forces develop in this truss, that we have to determine, and that is called as analysis. Okay, let's see. uh, this is the truss. How many member? 1 2 3 4 and 5. How many joints? 1 2 3 4. Okay, now just discuss the solutions. The important points to be considered before solving the problems. See, there are two supports: hinge supports, roller support. So at hinge supports, the number of unknown reactions are 2. That is, at hinge support there is a horizontal reactions and there is a vertical reactions. Okay, so A joint is hinge, so there are 2 reactions: horizontal AX, vertical AY. Now roller support. This is the B support is the roller support. So number of unknown reactions at roller support is only 1, and that reaction is perpendicular to the roller support. Okay, so perpendicular to the vertical reactions AY. AX is 0 because roller is, it is unstable. It is not stable joint in horizontal directions. So this is about thing. Okay, now assumptions. Assumptions means we have to assume the sign convention. See this, I am assuming the sign conventions. Forces directed towards the joints, assume as a compression. Forces direct towards the joints. See, this is the joints. Force is going in this direction. This is joint. Force going in this direction. And this is a member. Okay, so forces directed towards the joints is assumed as a compression, and compression I have taken in my case is positive. Okay. Now next is forces directed away from the joint, assumed as a tension. This is the joint, and force is going in this direction, so it is tension, and tension is assumed as a negative. Okay, now there are unknown members. Okay, so unknown member we are going to assume as a compression, that is positive, which is means by 2 joints as per our first assumptions. Okay, those members who are unknown means that member within that force we don't know. Okay, that we have to determine, that we call the unknown member. So that for that we have to assume that force in the unknown member is compression, and that compression, our assumption is it is acting towards the joints. Okay, now see the problems. First, in step number 1, we have to classify the truss. Our regular formula, m is equal to 2j minus r. Here I have directly written as 3 because r is always 3 for 2 dimension. If it is 3 dimension, then 6 comes. Okay, so 3D is not our problem. So directly I have written out 2j minus 5. So how many? M is the number of members, that is 5 members in the truss. J is the joints, 4 joints. So it becomes 5 is equal to 5. Since our equation M is equal to 2j minus r is satisfied, therefore given truss is a perfect truss. So step number 1 is over. Now step number 3, consider what we have discussed in previous discussion, that we have to consider the FBD of entire truss, and we have to calculate the support reactions. Okay, so here this is the FBD of entire truss. FBD is a hinge joint. There are 2 unknown, AX, AY. Roller, there are again 1 unknown, which is vertical. Okay, so after drawing the FBD, now we have to calculate the support reactions. Okay. So I am taking moment at A is equal to 0, clockwise moment positive, anti-clockwise negative. So minus by into 2, this is by, it is going anti-clockwise to this point, so minus by into 2 plus 100 into 2, this is 100 into 2 plus 100 into 2, therefore by is equal to 200 Newton. Okay. Now second is Fy is equal to 0, upward positive, downward negative. Ay plus By minus 100. You see, in case of Fy, how many vertical forces? Only 1 vertical force. This is unknown. This is known, 100 Newton, and these are the 2 unknown, Ay plus By. So after putting that, Ay is equal to minus 100 Newton. Minus means it is going in downward direction. Now last summation, Fx is equal to 0. Fx means horizontal. Right force positive, left force negative. So ax plus 100 is equal to 0. Therefore ax is equal to minus 100. Minus means it is going in left direction. So ax is over. Now you have calculated all the support reactions ax, ay and by. Okay. So step number 2 is over. Now step number 3. Now after calculating the support reaction, in step number 3 we have to consider the FBD of joint, and already we have discussed that we have to consider such a joint at which there should not be more than two unknowns. There should not be more than two unknowns. Okay, so see here, consider joint A. Now see, observe the joint A. Where is joint A? See joint A. Joint A, how many members? 1 and 2. Both are unknown. B you are not able to select. Why? Because at B there are initially 3 unknowns. C you are able to select because at C there are 2 unknowns. But we are going alphabetically. A, then D or B or C, like this. Okay. So first see that A. Now at A joints, our assumptions: compression positive towards the joints, tension negative away from the joints. See, a horizontal reaction AX is negative. AX is coming out to be negative. See, negative means it is a, see what negative indicates tension. Tension is how it is showing away from the joint. This is joints. It is away from the, so tension. Now AY is again minus 100. Minus means again tension away from the joints. So this is joint. It is going away means like this. Now AB and AD, this is denoting like this: FAB, force in member AB, AD, force in member AD, like this. Like this you have to read. So these are the unknown. Why it is showing toward the joint? Because unknown member we are assuming as a compression, and for compression, however sign convention, it is active towards the joints. So it is going towards joints. It is going towards joints. Summation fx. Now after drawing the FBD of joint, use the conditions of equilibrium, summation fx and summation fy. It is a force is simple. Okay, so here no, you have to not take the moment, just to apply summation fx and fy. So summation fx is equal to 0. Right force positive, left force negative. So minus 100 because it is left direction, minus FAB is equal to 0. Therefore FAB is equal to minus 100. Minus is equal to 100 Newton. Tension minus means tension. Now horizontally go. Now Fy, summation Fy is equal to 0. Upward positive, downward negative. So minus 100 minus FAD is equal to 0. Therefore FAD is equal to minus 100. Minus means tension. It is FAD member is also under tension. Okay. So now joint A is over. Now see, consider joint B. Now why joint B? See, where is joint B? There are 3 members. 1, 2, 3. Out of these 3, these 2 are unknown. BC and BD is unknown. But what about AB? For AB, just you have calculated the force in member AB. Okay. So see, we have force in this is your joint. This AB you have calculated minus 100. Minus means tension acting away from the joints. This is reaction BY upward positive 200. BC is unknown. Unknown we are assuming compression. Compression is toward the joints. And this is again FBD is unknown. Unknown assumed as a compression and shows toward the joints. Now FBD member is the inclined member. Now when there is an inclined member, we have to resolve that. So for resolution, we have to again calculate the angle. So tan theta is equal to 2 by 2. How this angle is calculated? See the geometry. This is theta. Tan theta is equal to this 2 divided by this 2. Opposite upon adjacent. Okay, so theta becomes 45 degree. Now after this, after drawing the FBD of the joint, use these equilibrium equations: fx 0, right force positive, left force negative. So from this FBD comes out to be 141.42 and Fy is equal to 0. So upward force positive, downward negative. Plus 200 minus MPC, MPC comes to 100 Newton. Plus means compression, it means compression. These are all. Now consider joint C. At side C joint there are only two members. This one, this one. This you have calculated 100 plus is compression toward the joints. This is the force acting at that joint. CD is unknown, that you have determined. Since there is no member, directly by observation you are able to see that fourth member CD 0, or you are not able to calculate directly. Apply equation assumption Fx is equal to 0, you will get FCD is equal to 0. Okay, now we have calculated the member force, force in member of all the force in the members. Okay, now in last steps we have to prepare summary or table. Serial number, member, magnitude and nature. Serial number 1 2 3 4 5, there are 5 members. Members name AB, BC, CD, BD and AD. Magnitude, in AB how much force comes? 100 Newton. BC 100 Newton. CD 0. BD 141.42. Then AD 100. And its nature 100 tension. 100 tension. 0 means it is not having any nature. It is a 0 force member. Then 141.42 plus compression. 100 compression. Okay, this way we have to solve the problem of analysis of truss. Okay, all these steps are very important. You have to go step by step. See, and you have to make a lot of concentration while solving this problem, because since if you are doing proper practice, then no, you will not face difficulty. But if you are not proper practice, then there is a lot of chances of committing a mistake. Okay, and make sure that if you are doing any single mistakes, there is a possibility that your entire problem may wrong. Okay, so in step number 1, your support reaction must be correct. If any support reactions comes out to be wrong, your entire problem will become wrong. Okay, so please make sure that it is a simple problem, but it is a time consuming. You have to do the lot of practice to get the confidence. Okay, so this is about the first problem of truss. Okay, thank you. In next I am going to cover the